Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Arn Silov. So today we're going to be doing some ASVAB word knowledge preparation. Today we're going to be doing approximately 20 words, give or take. The intent is for you to understand the words, listen to them, and just get those repetitions in, right? This is supposed to help prep you for the ASVAB itself. The format in which we're going to do is we're going to go over the actual word itself. We're going to use it in a sentence, and then we'll do synonyms. Now, the intent behind the synonyms is to know multiple different versions of what the word can mean, right? And the reason being is because you could know what it is. You can know how to use it in a sentence. However, if you don't get the correct answer, then none of that matters, right? So that's why the synonyms are useful, because it helps you make sure that you know everything. And you have multiple different possibilities from various different versions of the ASVAB test, right? But with that being the case, let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So the first word is abstemious, self-discipline and restraint, especially in eating, drinking, or indulging in pleasure. To use it in a sentence, her abstemious approach to diet made her a role model for the healthy eating class. The synonyms are moderate, disciplined, restrained, temperate. Next word is going to be abyss, an immeasurable deep gulf, despair, or great danger. To use it in a sentence, staring into the abyss, he felt a sense of existential dread. Some of the synonyms are chasm, void, pitfall, depression, feeling, black hole, figurative. Next word is going to be adage, a short traditional saying that expresses a general truth or piece of wisdom. Sentence. The old adage, actions speak louder than words, remains relevant today. The synonyms, proverb, saying, maxim, aphorism, motto, truism. Adjacency refers to closeness or nearness of an object, person, or event. Sentence. The school's adjacency to the highway made it easy to access. Synonyms. Nearness, closeness, vicinity, next to, proximity, immediacy, when referring to time or urgency. Admonition. A general or formal warning or caution or advice against something. Sentence. Despite the doctor's admonition to cut back on sugar, he continued his daily soda habit. Synonyms, warning, reprimand, advice, caution, scolding, counsel, rebuke. Adorn, to decorate or make more beautiful or attractive. Sentence, the general's uniform was adorned with ribbons and medals. Synonyms, decorate, embellish, enhance, ornaments, medic, beautify, insignia, type of adornment. Advocate, to support or be a supporter of something. Sentence, he advocated for changes in public health policy, or the doctor was an advocate of exercise and eating healthy in our schools. Synonyms, support, champion, endorse, promote, sympathetic. Allegation, an accusation that someone has broken a rule or law, often before anything has been proven. Sentence, the article was based on allegations of corruption in the government. Synonyms, accusation, claim, charge, assertion, indictment, in the legal context. Allude, suggest or call attention to, indirectly hint at. Sentence, she alluded to the fact that she was unhappy with the decision. Synonyms, imply, hint, suggest, insinuate. Anachronistic, referring to something that is outdated or out of place in a time such as tactics, technology, or procedures. Sentence, Relying solely on conventional warfare strategies in a cyber-dominated battlefield is increasingly seen as anachronistic. Synonyms: antiquated, obsolete, archaic, traditional, outdated, behind the times. Articulation: expressing oneself easily, clearly, or effectively. Sentence: for articulation of the complex scientific concepts impress the audience. Synonyms: well-spoken, coherent, eloquence, clarification. Assert: to state or declare positively and forcefully, especially when defending a right or opinion. Sentence: she asserted her innocence despite the evidence against her. Synonyms: affirm, declare, maintain, insist, proclaim, stand up for. Attrition: the gradual reduction in number, strength, or effectiveness due to pressure, loss, or wear over time. Sentence: the Army suffered heavy attrition after months of battle. Synonyms: erosion, reduction, weakening, depletion, diminishment, wearing down, dwindle. Balk: to hesitate or refuse to proceed with an action, especially due to danger, fear, or doubt. Sentence: the squad balked at the order to charge the heavily fortified position. Synonyms: hesitate, resist, refuse, recoil, stall. Bamboozle: to deceive or trick someone, often by misleading or confusing them. Sentence: the magician managed to bamboozle the audience with his clever illusions. Synonyms: deceive, trick, hoodwink, dupe, fool, befuddle, baffle, perplex. Bandy: to exchange words or ideas, especially in a quick informal. Sentence: during the brief, the commanders bandied possible strike times, weighing the risk of each. Soldiers bandied jokes to ease the tension. Synonyms: discuss, toss around, exchange, debate, parry on the verbal sense, trade on trade words. Bane: a source of persistent harm, ruin, or frustration, often describing a weapon, tactic, condition, or enemy. Sentence: harsh terrain proved to be the bane of the many hikers on the trail. Synonyms: curse, scourge, plague, nemesis, burden, obstacle. Barren: an environment that is empty, unproductive, and inhospitable. Sentence: the barren landscape was devoid of any signs of life. Synonyms: desolate, bleak, empty, gaunt, vain, hollow, fruitless. Broach: to raise or introduce a sensitive or difficult subject for discussion, initiating a controversial plan or strategy. Sentence: it was not the right time to broach concerns about the mission's feasibility. Synonyms: raise, introduce, bring up, mention. So now that we've done that first part, where I make sure that you understand what the word is, how to use it in a sentence, and finally, what the synonyms are, now we're just going to immediately go back to it, and the intent is just for you to listen to it and try to answer them prior to my actually saying them, right? So let's just go back to the beginning. Abstemious: it can mean moderate, disciplined, restrained, temperate. Abyss can mean chasm, void, pitfall, depression, black hole. Adage: it can mean proverb, saying, maxim, aphorism, motto, truism. Adjacency: it can mean nearness, closeness, vicinity, next to, proximity, contiguity, immediacy. Admonition. It can mean warning, reprimand, advice, caution, scolding, counsel, rebuke. Adorn. It can mean decorate, embellish, enhance, ornament, bedeck, beautify, insignia. Advocate. It can mean support, champion, endorse, promote, sympathetic. Allegation. It can mean accusation, claim, charge, assertion, indictment. Allude. It can mean imply, hint, suggest, insinuate. Anachronistic. It can mean antiquated, obsolete, archaic, traditional, outdated, behind the times. Articulation. It can mean well-spoken, coherent, eloquence, clarification. Assert. It can mean affirm, declare, maintain, insist, proclaim, stand up for. Attrition. It can mean erosion, reduction, weakening, depletion, diminishment, wearing down, dwindle. Balk. It can mean hesitate, resist, refuse, recoil, stall. Bamboozle. It can mean deceive, trick, hoodwink, dupe, fool, befuddle, baffle, perplex. Bandy. It can mean discuss, toss around, exchange, debate, parry, trade. Bane. It can mean curse, scourge, plague, nemesis, burden, obstacle. Barren. It can mean desolate, bleak, empty, gaunt, vain, hollow, fruitless. Broach. It can mean raise, introduce, bring up, mention. So that's everything for this video, guys. Like I said, get the repetitions in. The more you do it, the more you'll be more prepared for the ASVAB test. And good luck on the test.